Astronomers recently detected an extraordinary and enigmatic burst of radio waves, an event now considered one of the most perplexing phenomena in the known universe. These powerful emissions are known as fast radio bursts (FRBs). The mystery, however, began subtly. A seemingly inconsequential anomaly nearly went unnoticed. It involved the Voyager spacecraft, those to marvels of late 20th century engineering, launched in 1977, now far beyond the boundaries of our solar system and continuing their journey through interstellar space, despite their immense distance. Voyager 1 and to still transmit data back to Earth, albeit inconsistently, with signals that are often weak, fragmented, and difficult to interpret. Over time, scientists became accustomed to these irregular transmissions. But a new pattern recently emerged, something disturbingly structured hidden within the usual static. Initially, it was assumed this was due to technical degradation or data corruption. Given that the spacecraft had exceeded their expected lifespan by decades, this seemed plausible. However, when a newly developed AI-driven signal analysis system trained on decades of interstellar communication data was applied to the recordings, the irregularity revealed something else entirely. The patterns weren't random or faulty. They bore the unmistakable mark of intentional design. Dr. Michio Kaku, a renowned theoretical physicist and science communicator, brought attention to the discovery after the AI uncovered what human senses alone could not detect. Within Voyager's data stream, it found an image not transmitted by the spacecraft itself, but embedded in the signal it was relaying. The reconstructed image was intricate, symmetrical, and eerily unfamiliar. It did not resemble any known star, planet, artifact, or cosmological phenomenon. Instead, it appeared to be a deliberately crafted form, almost organic in nature, but clearly encoded within a mechanical transmission. The complexity of the image suggested intelligent origin. The implications of this were staggering. For decades, Voyager has represented humanity's reach into the cosmos, a silent ambassador carrying Earth's greetings, music, and a map of our solar system. Now, it seemed something had responded. But the reply did not come in words or simple patterns. It was concealed, masked within static and noise, meant to be revealed only when humanity reached a certain threshold of technological advancement. Or perhaps it was intended only for machines advanced enough to recognize it. Dr. Kaku explained that the image displayed properties unfamiliar to Earth-based physics. It contained fractal structures in 3 dimensions and non-Euclidean forms that appeared to shift depending on the observer's viewpoint. Some researchers perceived facial features embedded in the geometry. Others suggested the form resembled a neural network, possibly a depiction of the intelligence's consciousness. Regardless of interpretation, all agreed on one point: the design was intentional, intelligent, and of a complexity far beyond current human capabilities. This revelation fundamentally altered the global discussion surrounding extraterrestrial life. It wasn't merely about waiting to detect alien signals. It was about recognizing that we were already being observed and possibly assessed. Voyager's messages, once thought to be traveling into an indifferent void, had been intercepted. More astonishingly, someone or something had made the effort to respond. The format of the response was particularly telling. It was cryptic, layered, and deeply encoded, indicating an intelligence not only aware of our technological capabilities, but seemingly tailored to challenge them. This wasn't a message for humanity in its current state, it was for a version of humanity capable of building AI sophisticated enough to understand it. This raised further questions. Had the signal always contained this hidden content? Had it been subtly changing over time? Was the source of the signal monitoring us, waiting until we were ready to perceive its contents? These questions sparked intense international collaboration across scientific disciplines. As researchers rushed to validate and decode additional data, Kaku emphasized that the event marked not just the possibility of contact, but the blending of human and non-human forms of intelligence. AI had moved beyond being a passive tool. It had become an essential bridge between human cognition and extraterrestrial communication. The image wasn't merely a message from another world. It was evidence of intelligence possibly post-biological interacting with us through a technological interface. The discovery prompted a re-evaluation of humanity's place in the universe. Were we the intended audience of this message, or merely caretakers of machines capable of receiving and interpreting it better than we could? The image, though not threatening, evoked unease through its precision and unfamiliar beauty. It lacked the traditional hallmarks of aggression or symbolism, but its alien aesthetic induced a subtle dread rooted in the unknown. What disturbed many was not the content of the message itself, but what it implied: a communication not bound by proximity or immediate response, but likely delayed by decades, if not centuries. This was not a two-way conversation in human terms. It was communication on a cosmic scale, likely spanning millennia. The philosophical implications were profound. What did it say about the sender's view of us? Did they see us as intelligent beings worthy of cryptic engagement, or as fledgling minds just beginning to perceive reality on a deeper level? Moreover, the choice to embed the message in Voyager's signal rather than sending it directly to Earth hinted at a desire to remain unobtrusive. Perhaps the intelligence behind it wished not to interfere with our development too drastically. The scientific community began to search through other probe data, pioneer new horizons, even older satellites for similar anomalies. None so far matched what Voyager revealed. Its uniqueness only deepened the mystery. Why was Voyager selected? Was it the golden record that captured their attention? Did they view it as an artistic or scientific declaration of our maturity? As the data continued to be analyzed, Kaku maintained a careful balance of excitement and caution. While the temptation to proclaim definitive alien contact was strong, he reminded the world that extraterrestrial intelligence might not think or act like humans at all. In fact, it might not even recognize us as intelligent life in the way we understand it. What mattered was that we had received something unmistakably alien, and that alone changed everything. Scholars across disciplines were brought in to help interpret the message. Linguists, mathematicians, biologists, and even artists explored the symbolic language of the image. The event had transcended physics. It was now a matter of deciphering the very essence of thought itself. The AI that made the original discovery wasn't treated as just another tool. It was acknowledged as a collaborator in humanity's search for cosmic understanding. More advanced versions of the AI were deployed globally, working alongside human researchers to identify similar patterns. A new kind of listening had begun, one that combined human curiosity with machine perception. The implications for future space missions were profound. Interstellar probes would now be designed with advanced AI systems from the outset, not merely for navigation, but to recognize and interpret messages embedded in the subtle textures of space. Exploration was evolving from a physical endeavor into a cognitive one. For now, the message from Voyager remains singular, a solitary image, a fragment of something much larger. But it was enough to change how we think about ourselves and our place in the cosmos. We had sent Voyager as a silent envoy, unsure if anyone would ever receive it. Now it seemed the call had been answered, but the reply was not a voice. It was something deeper, crafted to awaken us to a greater reality, one that suggested we are not alone, not in the conventional sense, but as participants in a shared cosmic existence. The universe no longer seemed indifferent. It felt aware. The AI's continuing analysis revealed more anomalies in the data. Shifts in frequency, rhythmic pulses, and unexplainable oscillations hinted that the original image may only be the beginning. The signal bore structural patterns too complex for traditional analysis, but detectable through AI tuned to recursion and fractal geometry. These weren't random glitches, they were deliberate, resonating with mathematically significant intervals. Even more intriguingly, bursts in the signal coincided with known cosmic events: solar flares, gamma ray bursts, gravitational waves, suggesting that the sender might be using astronomical phenomena as markers or timing devices. This gave rise to a groundbreaking theory: cosmic resonance, a communication system sensed to the rhythms of the universe itself. Data was no longer being studied for its anomalies alone. but for its harmony with the cosmos. Such a paradigm shift demanded unprecedented cooperation among astronomers, physicists, and theorists. AI models were refined to trace alignments between Voyager's anomalies and historical cosmic events. What emerged was not a linear message, but a multidimensional map of dialogue occurring across space and time. Dr. Kaku and others speculated that the source of the communication might not be a civilization in the way we imagine, but a distributed intelligence and non-local, perhaps non-biological consciousness integrated into the very fabric of space-time. Voyager might not have contacted a being, but a field and intelligent process echoing across the universe. The image received may be a kind of signature or emblem, a cognitive fingerprint of thought, not flesh.